Well, if I speak loudly today, it's not out of disrespect. It's only out of a desire for the people in the room and the people outside the room to be able to hear me, and that's the only reason I'm speaking loudly. I've traveled today from New Westminster. I would have normally made this submission near my home in Burnaby, where in earlier years there had been Kinder Morgan pipeline burst that resulted in a fountain of petroleum and waterfall down towards into the ocean. But I was with my grandkids on a lake enjoying my summer holiday, and as I spoke outside, I think that's really, really important. Which brings me to my first point. We have the society that we have in Canada because we don't put up with stuff. Because when we see stuff that's wrong, we speak up in a mostly respectful way. And it's unacceptable that we've got people outside of this room today. Yes. If this were a municipal hearing, there would be, in many municipalities, a hearing tomorrow, and a hearing to the next day, and the next day. And so we ask ourselves, is this something that's important that we're talking about? And I say, and I don't say this lightly, I say of the 30-some-odd years of environmental activism, this is the most important issue that I've seen come down the pipe, and I will explain why. I think fundamentally, it eats at the very core of what we are as this large, inclusive society. It eats at our very core of how we make decisions and how we are to live our lives. And let me explain. I spent quite a bit of time with my grandkids. As I said, I have some hopes and dreams and desires for them. And one of those hopes and dreams and desires is that someday, maybe tomorrow, maybe not for a while, we actually see consent and First Nations governance incorporated in the way our nation progresses. And on that day, our collective voices, we are a small nation in number, but our voices will be many times more powerful in the world that needs Canadian voices. I think this is the most important issue because, my gosh, I come from the Lower Mainland. The mayor of Vancouver, the mayor of Burnaby, all the mayors lining up, the mayor's here. There's MLAs in this room. There's our elected leaders that we value and trust and believe in have all stood up and said this damn pipeline has no place on this coast. Now, I'm speaking because I believe this goes absolutely insanely against all our efforts to do what we can do as Canadians to rein in climate change, and that means we should not be exporting bitumen around the world. We should not be exporting any carbon-based fuels. We should continue on our track where our kids are involved building more energy-efficient homes. Some of my kids are. Some of my kids are in healthcare. Some of my kids are producing food. It's all good. We're all doing our best. We're moving our society. And then this happens. Our elected leaders, the esteemed First Nations of our communities so many say no, and yet it goes forward. So what I ask today, and what I think about now all the time, when I picked up a newspaper and read that dam at Mount Holly had burst. It's the first feeling you have. You feel alone. And I want everyone in this room to think what it feels like in the first few seconds you hear one of them damn tankers burst on the rocks in the Salish Sea. I guarantee those first few seconds you will feel alone. And then the BS will start. So that cannot happen. Not only do we need to get this pipeline project stopped, we need to get the rest of those bitumen shipments out of Vancouver stopped. They got it done in a secret way. There was never any meetings when they got that done. And then we need to carry on. That's why this issue is the most important issue I've seen in my 30 years of working on these things. We hope to become. Yes. The place we hope to become. Thank you very much, panel.
The next two speakers are